Alright, hi, I'm Mitch Demarest, and in this video I'm going to attempt to show the beginning of some good bow technique for viola players, and it's specifically for viola because a lot of times early string players and even intermediate string players will be taught the same technique from violin to viola, which isn't necessarily correct. And the main idea of the differences between the viola bow hold and the violin one is that the viola bow hold will be more aggressive and it's going to attempt to get a warmer, fuller sound. And you're mainly going to have to play deeper into the instrument because you have a bigger instrument, bigger strings, more stuff to vibrate. And if you bow it like a violinist, then you'll end up with kind of a thin, airy, uncertain tone rather than a full violistic sound. Okay, and now we've got our bow here, and the goal overall of the bow hand is to be relaxed and comfortable. Whatever it looks like, it's not meant to be uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, if it's stiff, then there's probably something that needs to be fixed with it. So all of this is going to help with not only being relaxed and comfortable, but also with your playing endurance, and it's going to help avoid some injuries due to practice. Okay, so in the end, what we want to achieve by a lot of this is kind of in your bow hand. You want to get these knuckles here, this back row, down fairly low. You don't want them to be up here like this. Sorry, if you can see the difference, down, not up here, because this is going to give you it's going to limit your control, but it's also going to give you kind of an airier tone. It's not going to be nearly as full as something more like this. And just kind of starting with some basics of the bow hold. A couple of things that usually people are taught. You want to have round fingers all the way across, but this particularly, you want this pinky to be very rounded, and also the thumb, if you can see under there, rounded. You don't want that with your thumb. You also don't want your pinky to be straight. So a good bend. Now if you can see mine, it's really it's kind of perched right on top of the stick of the bow. You don't want it hanging over either side, falling off either side. You're going to get the best control right there on top. A good way to kind of look at that, engage that, we've got this right here. It's just kind of a little pad. It's like a corn pad for people's feet, and you can get probably 10 of them for $1. It'll last you about a year, and it'll help with your viola playing. So what you're going to do with it is just kind of stick it right on that part of your bow where normally your pinky would go, so that your pinky fits right in that little hole. And this is going to be probably a little different for people with different sized hands, but this is where I have mine. Okay, and the next spot we're going to look at is your ring finger right here. You don't want to have it. You don't want to have it so that you're able to see that inlay there. You want it covering it. So you really want it low down on the bow rather than high up, because once again, like the others, it's going to raise up your knuckles. It's going to give you a bad sound. So you want that to be very deep on the bow. and kind of looking at your first finger now. You want to get that first knuckle there, this knuckle here, right directly in between where this leather stops and where the metal winding begins. It's a good spot for that. And when you get that there, you really want to turn your whole hand into that finger. You don't want it back here. It's very off balance. It messes with all your fingers in your hand. You want to get it turned this way down into that finger. And that's just about it for this video. Good luck with your viola playing, and see you next time.